look at Python classes and objects. All right, so we've had a look at variables, methods, and now we're looking at classes. So classes, again, in classes, everything, in Python, everything is almost an object. So a class is a way of housing variables and housing functions. All right, so this is what a class looks like in Python. So we have this line here where we basically say that a class is going to need name and age. All right, so this is where we create the object using the class blueprint. So we're giving it a name, which is John, and age, which is 36. So here, when we run it, it will print John and age. So self is something that is always going to be there for every instance. So this here are properties, name and age, and this is where we create a new object, which we then save into a variable p1, and then we can call p1.name and p1.age. So we can change this name to whatever we want, of course. We just need to make sure we change this properties here and change this as well. So when we run it, it will still work as expected. All right, so we can add more to our initialize init. So this is basically saying this class is going to need to have all this there. Could add last name Smith. I need to stop trying to save. It's not going to work. So here, when I run it, you can see we have John Smith printed out there. So I just wanted to explore to see how that worked. So this is how you initialize. This is automatically called every time. All right, so here we have a function which is now put into our class, so we can see how that works. So as usual, we have everything we need, and then we have a function, and this function has a self passed into it. So every instance method has a self. So an object is created there, and we can call that function in here, and it will print out the string that is expected to be printed out. So it's exactly as I expected it to work. The self parameter, the self basically references the object itself. I'm going to go into detail later, but you can call it whatever you want. So here they were showing us, that you can just name it whatever you want. You can also change the attribute of the object after they've been defined. So here we have age is expected, and we gave it the age there. And then we went ahead and changed it to 40. And when we print it, you will see that it prints 40 on the screen. So this is just showing us how to update the instance variables or the parameters of this class. All right, so that was cool. Again, we're just running through, just reading and making sure we understand stuff. You can delete properties as well. So here you can see we have an error because it no longer finds the age. So we define age there, and then we delete it there, and then we try to print it. And of course, it gives us the attribute age error. So it's nice to read and understand those errors as well. We can also delete an entire object. Okay, so here you can see that object is deleted, and which gives us p1 not defined. Again, it's nice to make a note of that error message. As usual, we can create an empty class by adding the pass statement. So if I delete that, you will see we have end of file error. So we're learning all these new errors that we might come across in the future. But that was it really for class. That wasn't, too much, but at the same time, quite a bit of information there. But that's it, guys, for this one. Go ahead and revise some of this stuff, and I'll see you in the next lesson.